What is up, guys? This is you. Rockstar just dropped the newswire for the Kortz Center Heist. They also revealed the official concept art for the Kortz Center Heist, along with a bunch of related screenshots. Let us dive in and see how this new heist actually works. Arriving in Grand Theft Auto Online on July 14th, with the Kortz Center Heist, you will explore the premier cultural venue in Los Santos, stealing some absolute top-tier artwork. Teaming up with the mysterious Mr. Faber and his lead broker Rafe DeAngelis to pull off an absolutely massive new heist, you will carefully scope out the museum, meticulously planning your approach, then grabbing the most valuable exhibits from the Kortz Center. Wait, Mr. Faber is not the final boss. I totally thought a guy bold enough to shower in our mute character's house would end up tied in a trunk and pushed off a cliff. Turns out he is the one signing our paychecks for this DLC. Seems like Grand Theft Auto Online has gone completely soft. Let us check out the promo art first. Usually Rockstar makes the most important stuff look massive on their promo posters. Still, the dude wearing the skull mask on the screen, alongside the woman holding the gun, are 99% going to be player characters. You can cop a similar skull mask at Vespucci movie masks. The pistol in her hand is highly likely a brand new weapon. Whenever you zoom in closely, you can read Hawk and Little right there, which is the exact same brand Jason and Lucia use in GTA 6. Front and center is a full hazmat suit. You can just buy this straight from the clothing store. On the far right, you can see at least one stealth infiltration method, right next to the laser tripwire beams. Looking at the bottom left corner, players are definitely getting chased by the cops. Whenever you get detected, things will quickly turn into an absolute shootout. On the far left is Mr. Faber. His picture is incredibly tiny. Chances are he is literally just here to fence the loot. This panther looks like a statue to me. The panther statue from Cayo Perico is technically artwork too. Highly likely it will make a return in this DLC. Now let us break down the whole structure of this DLC. First off, you need to be inside your own mansion to purchase an Art Studio edition. In case you bought a mansion before July 13th, you will score a fat $1 million discount, meaning this Art Studio upgrade definitely costs over $1 million. Guessing it will actually set you back around 2 to 2.5 million. After you get the studio set up, you can hire a forger to craft fakes right here, then use them to swap out the valuable targets inside the museum. This screenshot clearly reveals the new gameplay mechanics. This is the art studio inside the mansion. Players will have to take their forged artwork, sneak it into the Kortz Center, and swap it for the real deal. You cannot just run in and grab the loot. You literally have to replace it with the fake one to cheese it. This is a brand new concept for Grand Theft Auto Online. I thought we could just rob the place blind? As your prep work progresses, your art studio will stockpile gear and tech. Just like every other heist series in the game, players have to grind the setup missions first, then collect the gear needed for the finale. Usually you have to regrind these every single time though. You can run this completely solo. Alternatively, you can squad up with up to 3 other players, an absolute blessing for solo grinders. You can launch it by yourself. Alternatively, you can play with a full 4-player squad. Rafe is also serving as the contact for Mr. Faber this time. That is not really surprising at all. However, even the mansion AI assistant is getting involved. That is actually pretty insane. Anyone without a mansion needs to start grinding and buy one ASAP. The mansion is basically an absolute must-have, especially assuming you run a bunker, nightclub, or MC businesses. The mansion security guards save you from so much griefing. Rockstar is officially recommending you buy the most expensive Richmond mansion here. Why is that? Because the Richmond mansion is right next to the Kortz Center. That makes total sense. Finally, we know why the Richmond mansion is the most expensive of the 3. This is the player making a getaway on a motorcycle. That will probably be one of the escape routes. Still, normally whatever method you choose, you really should not end up with cops chasing your tail. First, you scope out the Kortz Center in Pacific Bluffs, stroll through and admire the gallery's latest exhibits, snap pictures of the paintings without alerting the guards, plus figure out how to get in and out of this cultural hotspot untouched. They offer a variety of options here, giving you plenty of room to operate. This section confirms there is absolutely a scoping phase. Also, it explains there is more than one way to pull off the heist. Probably 3 approaches, just like the Diamond Casino heist. Similarly, there are multiple entry and exit points to choose from. However, since there is this new painting swap mechanic, we might actually have 4 infiltration methods. Alternatively, they might stick to the usual 3 approaches. Failing stealth just turns everything into an aggressive shootout. That is highly possible too. Combining this with another new mechanic mentioned later, I feel like aggressive approach might not even be a default option. Once your scoping is completely done, you can start meticulously planning, prepping for the finale. As the most prestigious gallery in Los Santos, the Kortz Center houses a ton of art you can grab as secondary targets. Furthermore, the quantity is massive, enough to let you stack up cash crazy fast, making this brand new heist an incredibly lucrative massive payout. Scoping helps you pinpoint these valuable treasures, plus finding multiple viable escape routes. Setting aside whether this DLC actually pays out like crazy, this line about scoping helping you find the treasures, alongside finding multiple viable escape routes. Judging from this statement alone, escape routes might actually be dynamic. The available escape routes might change every single time. Certain escape paths could be blocked off for various reasons. You have to rely on scoping to see which escape routes are active. Still, it is pretty obvious. All the targets this time around are artwork. Even the secondary targets are pure art pieces. What an incredibly classy heist mission. To absolutely maximize your profits, covering your tracks and staying hidden is crucial, because stolen artwork is way harder to fence. They will sell for much lower prices on the black market. Ensuring there are zero witnesses, plus wiping the security camera footage, will keep the heat off your back, ultimately netting you a much higher payout. This part is super interesting, meaning in case you get caught stealing the art, the value of the main target takes a massive nosedive, leaving you with way less money at the end. Therefore, going in guns blazing is basically off the table from the start. Of course, assuming you really want to, anyone can still do an aggressive run. There is also a chance that no matter how hard you go loud, you just need to wipe the camera footage at the very end. After all, assuming there are no witnesses left alive, that counts as successful stealth in my book. Here are 4 more paintings, just like the one sitting in the Diamond Casino. These will be the targets you can steal during the finale. Still, these actually pack a bunch of Easter eggs. They were not just drawn by some random elementary kid. Like this one is clearly a tribute to Red Dead Redemption 2. Looks exactly like his back profile. This one is a nod to GTA 4. Even though the style looks like Greek or Roman mythology, it is actually the scene where the protagonist's cousin Roman gets assassinated. Players who played that storyline will definitely recognize it. Then there is this swimming pool picture, a tribute to David Hockney's portrait of an artist pool with 2 figures. Now it has been swapped to a guy and a rabbit. Plus, it is obviously a mansion swimming pool with the Los Santos downtown skyline in the background. Why a guy and a rabbit though? There used to be this hilarious bug where rabbits would constantly spawn inside swimming pools. Rockstar eventually patched it up. This one tributes British artist Lowry's Coming from the Mill. However, zooming in on the Rockstar version reveals a bunch of familiar faces. There is Santa Claus, Bigfoot, and an alien. Even CJ, the valet, and Chop are in there. Plus someone who looks exactly like Lamar wearing a dunce cap. Can you spot anyone else? Classic Rockstar Games. Absolute maniacs when it comes to details, stuffing Easter eggs even into their newswire posts. Proudly display your hard-earned loot. Aside from acting as your secret base of operations, the art studio lets you flex inside your own mansion, showing off the masterpieces you successfully stole instead of selling them off to Mr. Faber's clients. The first sale every week will net you the fattest payout. Alternatively, you can choose to keep the stolen main target to decorate your mansion. With 3 brand new paintings available to steal every single week, along with highly varied approaches to pull off the job, the Kortz Center Heist brings unprecedented replay value. This final part gives off massive Chop Shop DLC vibes. The cars you stole in the Chop Shop could also be sold or kept. Still, you could not keep every single one of them. Whether you could keep it or not was entirely up to Rockstar, making that feature feel like absolute dog water. As for the Kortz Center Heist, even assuming we can freely choose, since we are dealing with paintings instead of cars, they are basically just for decoration anyway. Grabbing the cash is probably the smarter play. The first sale every week gets you the highest return, meaning you should run it at least once a week to maximize profits. Maybe it is a straight 2x bonus just like bottom dollar bounties. That way you can just take the money on the first run of the week, then decide later assuming you want to build up your collection. Assuming you are broke, you can literally just take the cash every time. Finally, GTA Plus members can cop this supercar a whole week early. You can slap drift tuning and HOW upgrades on it. In case you have a friend with GTA Plus, you can just buy it from them. A trailer should drop pretty soon. We will dig into whatever new stuff they show off then. Do not forget to subscribe and smash that bell icon. That way you will get notified the second a new video drops. That wraps it up for today. Catch you guys in the next one.